Thursday, March 12th.
Do you remember where you were when the world stopped?
The previous night, COVID-19 had gone from concerning issue to full-on crisis.
Around 6 o'clock that Thursday on March 12th, an email showed up in your inbox from me saying that Sunday services, like every public gathering, would be postponed.
Charged full lives meet immovable virus.
We all thought it might be 1 month or 2 months.
In this weird kind of limbo.
And here we are in month 6.
Today's service, this morning's service, traditionally is our WellCome Back Sunday service,
where we come back together as a community and see faces we haven't seen in a long time. This year, that looks different.
And today's service will be different.
Join us in celebrating and honoring everything that we've been through together.
The triumphs, the struggles, the laughter, and yes, as well too, the frustrations. Let's take a few minutes to learn how we got here, to kind of travel through those last 6 months, wherever here is.
And hear some stories of life and worship here at WellSprings in the year 2020.
Hi, I'm Sharon Bader. I am your secretary of the WellSprings Board of Trustees.
I'm Paula Bauer. I'm the office coordinator for WellSprings.
Hi, I'm Rodney Wittenberg.
Hey folks, Adam Schaffner here, worship leader and member of the Generosity and Gratitude Ministry.
Hi everyone.
For those who have never seen it before, this is the WellSprings office. Before COVID, the time in the office was spent sorting through mail and doing a lot of organizing and printing in preparation for Sunday service. Remember these? Order of service. This last one was printed on March 8, 2020.
Just thinking back to that second week in March.
Things weren't just changing by the day, they were changing by the hour.
At the time, we thought it would be a few weeks. I think everybody did.
I know it was Thursday, March 12th, when we realized that this was for real.
Earlier the week of March 12th, we had traveled to northern New Jersey for a funeral. My best friend's father had passed away, and we had made the decision to go to the outdoor graveside service and then to her house afterwards for a small gathering. And at that gathering, it was really obvious that people were uneasy. Typically at a funeral, people are hugging and comforting one another, and there's no question about that. But this time felt so different. There were fist pumps, there were elbow bumps, and a real sense of discomfort. And of course, there was hand sanitizer.
Reverend Lee and I happen to have a mutual friend who's a teacher at a local school district, and he had posted on Facebook something to the effect of, administration just sent out a message telling us to take home anything we don't think we can live without for 2 weeks. And I remember screenshotting that and texting it to Reverend Lee and saying, okay, I think the schools are going.
We decided as a board, hey, we should get together on Thursday afternoon to have a call and discuss what we were going to do.
Even during that meeting, I was texting with my husband and my daughter as we were trying to make arrangements for her to come home from college.
Everybody on the board and Reverend Lee was in agreement that the right thing to do for our beloved community was to not meet.
I'm out in front of Gresh today for a Montgomery School event, but 6 months ago, I believe G&G was the last group to meet right here behind me. It was a go, no-go call right before the meeting, and we decided to keep it. We were a bit uneasy, but we kept our distance. It's hard to remember, but there was no mask mandate yet.
I remember driving out to the Montgomery School and going, I wonder how long it's going to be before they close, and what are we going to do this Sunday when that happens.
A lot of discussion took place regarding just how bad we thought the virus would be, what it meant for our families, and how it might look for WellSprings.
We were talking, and I said, oh, well, I know exactly what we could do this Sunday, our first Sunday. I said, if you record yourself on the phone, and the worship leaders record themselves on the phone, then send it to me. I can edit it together and we can have a message. We can put it up on YouTube, or we could put it on Vimeo, or somewhere we can put it where the congregation will be able to see it.
By Thursday evening or Friday morning, there was a plan in place thanks to our staff.
It's Thursday, and we need to have something ready to go by Sunday, which is in 3 days.
And thanks to the worship leaders and the band.
When there was discussion of possibly trying to record something, it was like, yeah, of course, I'll get together with Andy.
Then later that week, I think it was actually Saturday morning or afternoon, I was, being an impromptu camera person for Kathy, who was the worship leader.
I drove out to his house. Ethan was there. He was the only person that was there. The one, if you've seen any of the videos, it's the room with the orange background. And Ethan was our cameraman.
Go.
While Andy and I were singing, Ethan was, biding his time. I remember at one point he was looking out the window, trying to spot some of Andy's cats. In one of the videos, I distinctly know that I kept looking over to him, and being aware of the fact that I was singing and looking at him while singing. And
we recorded the chalice lighting, we recorded Kathy's parts of the service and her charged full section, and bundled them all off to Reverend Lee and Rodney, and sort of held our breath to see what would happen.
The text messages were nonstop, as you can probably imagine, but we're going back and forth hey, did you know you can premiere videos at a certain time? I had no idea. That's so cool. Hey, what's up with tags? How do you tag a video? And we're researching and we're reading and we're figuring it out, and we're looking at what other religious services are doing and seeing what's working for them, what's not working for them. Completely starting from scratch. And we did it. I could not believe it. That first Sunday when the countdown started, we didn't even know there was going to be a countdown. I remember Lee and I texted each other almost at exactly the same time with a woo emoji.
In pure 2020 style, that week seems like a few days ago in some ways, and it seems like a decade ago.
And it was so uplifting and fantastic, and you see the WellSprings band members playing WellSprings songs, and you see WellSprings worship leaders and WellSprings preachers, and it was incredible. And we pulled it off between Thursday and Sunday, having never done it before. And I remember sitting back and thinking, man, we really pulled off something very cool here. You don't always get to pat yourself on the back, but everybody at WellSprings should be very proud of that first Sunday service, because what a miraculous turnaround that was.
Okay, Scrappy, let's show them what we did during the hospitality. Come here, sit down. Sit down, Scraps. Peace be with you. Eat. Great service, everyone.
Since then, a lot has changed.
Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, these became verbs.
Everybody started making sourdough bread.
And at WellSprings, the new ways of doing old familiar things became something.
Maybe.
A bit.
Kind of like normal. Somewhat.
Welcome back, WellSprings. Okay, so here is where, let me see if I can get this right. Hi, Pete.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. It's Melissa.
I'm Carol Goslin. My dogs are in the kitchen, and I'm Youth Spirit Director.
I'm Kelly, and this is Lily.
This is Julie. I'm a WellSprings singer in the band.
Hey guys, it's Teresa from the band here.
My name is Loy Miller, and I am honored and blessed to have been able to continue to be one of the worship leaders during quarantine.
Pete and I are actually watching the Zoom meeting that we enjoy so much as coffee hour.
So the first time we filmed it, Bob filmed me from across the room. and I got some great tips from Rodney. So the second time I used the video on my laptop, but I didn't like the angle. So I constructed a very sophisticated AV tower that Rodney and Teresa would be very impressed by. Ta-da!
So we figured out pretty quickly, we're going to have to record individual tracks at home, and then somebody's going to have to mix them together. And we're also going to have to record video at home, and somebody's going to have to edit all that together.
So this is where I do my recording.
I'm sitting at my desk right now, and I have up my Zoom account, which is how I record my portion after I get the instrumentals from either Rodney or Teresa.
It's not quite the same now, and I miss the band and the girl singers desperately, which they know that, but anyway, miss y'all.
I would say it's been very tedious and frustrating for most of the band, but this is what I do 90% of my day, is I'm in my studio, in my house, all day, sitting down in either this chair or this chair.
It's difficult to sing or to perform with nobody there. All you're doing is recording to a phone, and that is not easy to do. It's a completely different environment than a live performance, and it takes a lot more time.
Well, if I could, I surely would.
I hope that even though we're doing things sort of pieced together by remote control, that some of the music still might help people to feel better. That is what keeps me going.
Definitely is not as fun as being with the band, but you know, we all make do. It's doable.
Thankfully, thank you, Teresa stepped up and volunteered to take over editing the music.
Those can take several weeks, honestly, to put together.
Solo videos are much easier to create because all I need is me and my phone. And this elephant. He holds the phone. Get it at the right angle. You've also been so lucky to see the evolution of my mantle decor. And then I try as hard as I can to sit down quietly. Never works. Oh well. And that's it. Magic.
My favorite part of Youth Spirit is that, like, you spirit of all the kindness and welcomeness.
One of our first meetings, I asked the Youth Spirit friends to make a sign, something that tells a message about how they're feeling right now.
I already know how to write This Is Hard. It's just like TH, don't correct me if I'm wrong, THIS space IS space HARD. There you go.
And what did you write This Is Hard about?
One of our youngest friends put up a sign, which obviously I don't have, that says, "This is hard."
I think the question was, how is your new normal, right? How is your new reality of being at home and not going to school and not going to church and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, that is hard.
It's hard for us grown-ups. It's hard for our kids and teens. We'll just keep trying to make space and learn with you however we can in order to help foster and maintain our connections.
As worship leader, it's been very hard to get used to speaking to this piece of plastic I'm holding as if it really is connected with the beloved community. I guess we're all getting used to being face to face through our technology, and thank goodness for it.
Hey everybody, it's Reverend Ken.
This is Susan Haven Slang.
My name is Jen.
My name's Kimberly.
I'm Noah. Welcome to my room.
My name is Nan Jordan.
My name is Micah Magruder.
This is Kayla Western and Barkley.
My name is Doug, and I help run the Mindful Recovery meeting.
Linda Peduto here, sharing the story of how we moved
WellSprings 2.0, listening to our lives, from an in-person class to a Zoom class.
What I'm going to take you through in the next minute or so is how we set up for the mindfulness group every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. since the pandemic has started.
One of the things that has happened because of COVID is that we've had to adopt a new normal, right?
At first, I didn't think it would be as satisfying as meeting in person.
We asked whether it was working better for people or there were issues with it.
And it didn't seem to matter that we were all on a computer in little boxes.
So I'm going to walk you in here, how we get set up. This feels very much like a Mr. Rogers moment. So I don't know, I need a cardigan in the closet next to me over here. It's a very comfortable Keds to put on. Lacking that though, I can tell you that this is the screen that the group appears on all together on our Zoom account.
Prior to the pandemic, we were meeting twice a month on Thursdays. And with everything that was going on, we decided to meet once a week.
This group has evolved into an important part of my recovery program. It feels like such a safe place and cocoon to really truly share what's going on with me and my feelings.
If you know the term refuge, it's a refuge.
It's so good to know that those people in that group are there and there for me, and I know that I could reach out to them whenever I need to.
Being able to reach out and help others has allowed me to feel much more connected.
We've done 2 virtual food drives, one in May and one in August.
The Heartworks team delivered care baskets to various homes, shelters and homes in the area to their support staff.
We've got some vegetables and herbs planted, and all of the harvest goes to food banks in the area.
The garden has just been prolific this year. Just an amazing amount of tomatoes and peppers and herbs.
We donated a little bit less than 100 pounds of food this summer. And we're not done yet, as you can see.
The Heartworks team put together a dinner for a family staying in a St. Mary's Franciscan shelter in Phoenixville.
It was a nice sunny day, and we stayed socially distanced with our trunks open so everyone could put their food in the trunk. We had lemon basil chicken, we had rice pilaf, we had a vegetable, a salad, and Sandy made her specialty strawberry trifle.
You used to have monthly teen meetings with your friends, right?
Micah Magruder, Carol Breslin, and I became the facilitators for this online game night, and we kind of just were like, all right, we're just gonna try it.
All they have to have is a phone or tablet or even their computer. And they can be able to join us and play games like the Jackbox Party Pack or Online Pictionary.
We all kind of log in, wait for other people to get in, talk about how we're doing, talk about a lot of fun things while we're waiting, and then we get into the actual games themselves.
There's often a question sometimes in Jackbox where I think, oh, this is a good answer. I'm going to get somebody to vote on me. And then somebody comes up with an even better answer and I end up voting for them because it's much better and funnier.
It's been one of the highlights of my personal COVID pandemic experience.
Until we can meet again in person, is this something that you would recommend to other teens?
Of course. I love doing this every night. Not every night. I wish it was every night. That's how fun it is.
Good. Well, thank you, Noah.
You're welcome.
At WellSprings, we've always believed in bringing our spirituality home with us.
We've always believed in trying to meet people just where they are, just where we are in the midst of our lives.
But I don't think we ever thought it would become so literal.
Okay, so this is my Sunday morning routine.
I am coming to you from my couch with my cup of coffee, which is pretty much where I am every Sunday morning.
Here is where we watch WellSprings Sunday service.
Almost every Sunday morning, Majid and I watch the WellSprings online service on our family room TV.
We like to light the chalice at our house with an actual lighter and a tall, skinny candle to light the shorter, fatter chalice.
And then I come in here. There's my WellSprings people.
So we watch every Sunday morning. For us, it's 7 a.m. We make sure we're there.
You know, doing the virtual Sundays in some ways has been more convenient for us. A couple years ago, we moved further away from like the physical WellSprings location. So it's been harder for us to be as consistent about getting to Sunday service. Just as far as getting our girls up and going and out the door.
I sit in my spot. My feet are up on the coffee table.
We actually will light the chalice that Ethan made in Youth Spirit.
This is actually Pete's office where we turn the big monitor around so that we can see everybody.
Typically we're getting up and making pancakes or waffles with the girls, having a nice breakfast together.
We take morning walks together in our neighborhood.
And it's very important for Bob to see the countdown. He loves the countdown.
And this is where I like to have my WellSprings Sunday mornings, right from this chair.
Oh, and that's you're welcome for the towel over the door. It's Texas heat. It's me. This is real. This is just, it is what it is.
In case we wander around at all, we're always seated for the meditation. That's a very important part.
It's not uncommon for me to get teary-eyed on a Sunday. I don't know if it's related to the pandemic or just the role that service has had in keeping me hopeful over these past few months.
In a sense, it was a gift because we hadn't been able to establish a spiritual home here. And then with the advent of COVID and online, we have a home church to attend on Sundays.
This has been our place of worship in a way for the last 6 months.
A lot has changed about how we do things at WellSprings.
But we still have a voice in the world.
We still remain true in our mission, to our beliefs and to our commitments.
And we are still growing that circle of community and belonging, even in these times.
Good morning, WellSprings. My name is Chris Reeder.
I'm Shannon Reeder, and we have 2 children, Aiden, who is 12, and Bennett, who is 9.
So happy Welcome Back Sunday, everyone. For us, this is an introductory video. We started watching online back in April or May, and we couldn't be happier with what we found. We love the contemporary music. We love the messages in the sermons.
I love the social connection that can happen during the services. I often check in on Facebook. A couple of weeks ago, I put a post up just introducing us, and the response that I got from the community was just wonderful. I was thrilled with all of the welcoming messages that I received. Our boys have been participating in the Youth Spirit Zoom calls on Sunday mornings. They've only done a few so far, but they have been very high interest for our boys.
I've also been involved in the Justice Works program with writing letters to people to help them get out to vote. I think we can both say that this is one of the first times in a long time that we've been really excited about church, and it's all due to WellSprings. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing everybody soon.
Really astonishing to me what has gone on this year in the world, in our community, and WellSprings is a part that gives me hope because it has been challenging and stressful, but it has been a good feeling to see how WellSprings has met the challenge and has been changed, and a lot of that change has been for the better.
Having WellSprings on Sunday mornings, even though it's very different, has been one of the anchors in my life during this COVID crisis.
I feel like I had a very small part in it and have just been amazed watching the evolution of who we are yet again as WellSprings and how we can connect.
So I've really appreciated having this little anchor on Sunday mornings where we all sit together in our various ways and watch together and chat. That chat has been pretty awesome. Usually I'll have church on the TV and then I'll have my phone or my tablet next to me with the chat going.
I think we've learned new and different ways to connect, and hopefully we don't lose those when eventually we can go back to something similar to what things were before this.
Welcome back, everybody. I love you. I miss you very, very much, and I can't wait for this all to be over.
So since the very beginning of WellSprings, we've had a particular ritual that some of you are quite familiar with on Welcome Back Sunday. It's blowing bubbles. It's joyous, it's raucous, it's fun. We have people of all ages sharing it, this ritual, this practice together. And it's also meant to symbolize something. That it's not just a matter of kind of welcoming each other back on this Sunday, reunifying with each other. It's also a charge of encouraging us to share forth our joy, our energy with each other and with the world at large.
So it's time to do a long distance ritual. Grab your bubbles from wherever you are this morning and take a few minutes, just as we do every year. As you continue to blow your bubbles, as you continue to feel some joy in this strange time, I invite you to join me also in the spirit of prayer. God of our hearts, God of joy in the midst of sorrow, God of that deeper spirit of life that cannot be killed inside of us, the love within us that never dies. May we remember and trust as much as we possibly can that we can live out of that spot in our hearts, that we can choose our actions in this world in honor of that light that we carry and that everyone around us carries. May we find ways to be resilient still. May we find ways to support each other as we grieve. May we make space to listen. And may we remember that all of us are beloved as our birthright. Living from that place will help. It will help. For the prayers I've spoken out loud, and for the prayers that each one of these people with us this morning carries on their hearts, we say amen.
So it has been 27 weeks.
6 months.
One whole half of a year since we last gathered in person. We miss it. Yes, little old introverted me, I miss it.
I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of how our community has not just coped with, but adapted to and gotten creative with and done incredible things in this time.
But if we've learned anything these past 27 weeks is that this magic does not just reside in a particular place. It resides within us and between us and is always ready, and not just ready, but wanting to be shared.
We will keep reaching out.
We can do this.
And we'll keep showing up.
And we will keep on doing this.